Welcome to the U.S. Men's Clay Court Championship here in Houston, Texas. I'm Blair Henley, joined by the lone American left standing here in Houston this week, Sam Querrey. Sam, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
All right, your 12th year here in Houston. Been here since the very beginning here at River Oaks. What is it about this tournament that keeps you coming back? And you've also performed incredibly well here.
I mean, what's not to like? They've got great fans. It's packed every day. The club here at River Oaks is amazing. They've got great energy. We've got a golf course here. We've got beautiful locker rooms, gym. So it's just a really fun, enjoyable tournament every year.
All right, because you have been here so many times, I think the fans probably think they have a pretty good relationship with Sam Querrey, but we're going to take a deep dive today. Take us back to the beginning when you first picked up a tennis racket. Why? Why did you hit the courts?
I went to summer camp. We lived in Northern California. I was probably 5 years old, and there was a tennis and swim club down the street from my house, and I would go with the other kids and play tennis for an hour, go swimming for an hour, play hide and seek for an hour, and that's kind of where I got my start.
When did you know that you could be really good at this sport?
Probably when I was 16 or 17.
Did you always enjoy it? Was it always fun for you, or has there ever been a time where you were thinking, ugh, I don't know if I want to keep doing this?
Maybe not that extreme, but there's been times where it's maybe not that fun, and it's been grueling and frustrating, but for the most part, tennis has been great for me. I've enjoyed it, and it's let me live an incredible life.
When we look at you on the court, you seem so chill. Is that actually what's going on inside of your head?
Sometimes I'm bluffing though, and I'm tense inside and frustrated and holding it in. But I'm trying to keep a kind of a calm demeanor out there.
When you go out on the court, do you think that Sam Querrey on the court is different than what your friends and family see off the court?
No, not really. I'm like that off the court. I'm pretty calm. I've got my closest friends are my friends from junior high growing up. We hang out. I'm not someone that's loud and boisterous. I'm pretty mellow and kind of even keeled.
Unless you're dancing. There's, of course, that famous Sam Querrey dancing clip there. You are a good dancer, self-professed.
Yeah, well, no, good for someone who's my size. I mean, not all tall guys are good at dancing.
That's a very good point.
If you take like 6'5" and over crowd, I'd go up against most people in a dance off.
Fair enough. If you had to describe your personality in 3 words, what would it be?
I don't know. I'm leaving that up for other people. I want to brag about myself.
Fair enough. All right. The coaches that you've had throughout the years, is there one piece of advice that you kind of hear over and over that you know is kind of the one thing that you always have to get on yourself to keep working on?
Not necessarily. There's been at times in my career different sayings and things that people will say to me to kind of help me. For the most part, it's let the frustrating things go and try to move on. If you're gonna, the more positive energy you give yourself, the more usually the better you're gonna play.
Would you say that you're a good loser? How long does it take you to get over a tough loss?
For the most part, yes. I mean, usually I can put it behind me right away. There's been times where it's taken a while, but for the most part, yes, I would say.
What's the best way to distract yourself? So say you want to take your mind off of tennis. What's the first thing you do?
I love cleaning. I mean, I do the dishes like every day at home. I like to tidy the house. I like to vacuum. So I could clean for hours and hours and hours.
So how would you rate yourself as a husband then? I feel like that puts you in the top echelon.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like cleanliness, like no one's better.
A+. All right, we heard about your new dog, Ruby. How much fun is that to kind of have that side where you can kind of take your mind off tennis off the court?
It's great. We've had Ruby for only a week now. My wife's at home taking care of her. She's actually out in Palm Springs this week with Steve Johnson's wife, Kendall. They have a dog, so they're hanging out there, swimming and enjoying life, and so it's been a lot of fun. It's a lot of work early. A puppy's almost like a little toddler. She's up early. You got to watch her all the time, but it's been fun.
We said you're the lone American left here in Houston, but you have been privileged, I would say, to be a part of kind of that American tennis fraternity through the years. What has that meant to you?
It's been great. I mean, those are Steve Johnson and John Isner were groomsmen at my wedding. I'm also close with Jack Sock, Andy Roddick, James Blake, Marty Fish, the Bryans. So we're all a really tight-knit group. And yes, I'm the only American this year, but in the years past, Steve Johnson's won this twice. Tennis Sangren has, was in the final. John Isner's had runs. Jack Sock's won it. So the Americans have done well here. Every year I've played it.
All right, Sam, well, best of luck going on here. We appreciate you being here today. Make sure to follow us on all of our social media channels at Men's Clay Court. We'll see this guy out on the court.